Okay, so this is my review of Pray for the Wicked. I keep forgetting the name of the album, and it's honestly because it's not a good album title. And that's, the least of my problems with it, probably. So, this is the latest release from the Brendan Urie Show. Although he still continues to release music under the name Panic at the Disco, which, as I've been pretty vocal about, I think is a fucked up thing to do. And it drives me fucking nuts when people and reviewers and stuff like retroactively give him credit for like Fever era Panic. I mean, which was Brian's artistic project. I mean, it. Anyway, but yeah, so it's not really accurate to be like emo band Panic at the Disco have reinvented themselves again, because this isn't emo band Panic at the Disco. This is Brendan Urie's solo project, and he doesn't want to release music under his own name because his name is ugly and sounds demonic. And this is mean, but I'm sorry, I'm not wrong. And anyway, I very firmly agree with John in what he said post-split, that, it was not a cool thing to do to say that they were going to do their own things, and then Brennan and Spencer continuing the band, which had, the vast majority of the material was written by Brian, and on the second album, a lot was John. But anyway, okay, so really, pre- and post-split Panic are not the same band in any way. And it's really deeply irritating to me when people like credit Brendan with any of the artistic stuff on like Fever, especially. And it drives me fucking crazy that he still performs songs from it when and songs that are about Ryan's abusive father when they're not on good terms and they haven't been in a long time. And yeah, you could just not do that, actually. Also, he gets really fucking bitchy about having to sing "I Write Sins, Not Tragedies" like at every show. And again, you could just not do that. But the fact that you still do it proves that you're too insecure about your own songwriting not to ride on the coattails of your former 17-year-old friend. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, back to the album itself. It's stupid, it's garbage, it has no content. That's the summation of my feelings about it, but to go a little deeper into that, also, cool it on the fucking horns, man. Like, it's effective, in a lot of ways, but it's every goddamn track, and it's just, it's too much. It's too many horns. It's too many horns. It just is. Like, but anyway. Yeah, so Silver Lining is, dumb. The, like, cherries, cherries, cherries thing is really dumb and irritating. But this is actually a strong note on the album, I think. Things really get worse from here. The fact that he name drops Beyonce is so deeply embarrassing. I'm, like, feeling this, like soul deep shame, just hearing it. Yeah, it makes me want to die. So, it's really repetitive, as are all the songs on this record. But that's kind of a feature of Brendan as a lyricist, which is to say he's not a good lyricist, and he never has been, but this is really, like, new lows. Next song, the Say Amen, Saturday Night. There's all these, like, weird sort of, like, distorted vocal beat things that also make this sound a whole lot like Fall Out Boy's new album, which is terrible. And that's another problem I have with this album, is that it sounds like a Fall Out Boy album, and Brendan sounds very much like Patrick at a lot of moments, and it's weird, and I don't like it, and this is like a shitty version of soul punk in some ways, I feel like. I don't know. But more to the point, yeah, so the Saturday Night thing, it's catchy, you know, all these songs are catchy, like, they've all got really big hooks and like, you know, choruses that you pick up very easily, but, like, that's why it's not fun to listen to, because it's just anthem, 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 and they're all just, like, horns and soaring vocals and drinking and weed and, he mentions his mother on more than half of these tracks, which makes me very, I don't like it, and I don't like it. You're a grown-ass man, and this is weird, honestly, considering how much of this album is about, like, drinking and drugs and, rock and roll. Anyway, but, the Say Amen thing, it's overproduced, most of these songs are really overproduced, thanks to, again, what's-his-face, the producer who also was working on Fall Out Boy. I can't remember his name, and I can't be bothered to look it up, but, a lot of the problems that Mania has, this album also has. And, yeah, it's really proof to me that both of these bands should pack it in. But anyway, moving on. Oh, the bridge also in this song is just weird and doesn't fit at all. He keeps doing this kind of, like, weird, like, slow, like, ooh, ethereal kind of bridge thing in all these songs, and it doesn't work. But anyway, next. Look Ma, I Made It. Again, with the fucking mother stuff. Also, it's not just that he, like, mentions his mom once or twice in these songs, that it's like, mama, mama, mama. Like, it's a lot of mother talk. It's just, and, you know, I have mommy issues, so of course I don't like it, but also, it's just too much. Anyway. I have no idea what the instrument is that, like, comes in at the start, because I'm dumb and don't know anything, but it's weird and I don't like it. Oh, and also contains the line, I'm a hooker selling songs and my pimps are record labels, which is fucking offensive to start with, and I can't believe it made it past, you know, multiple people who are like, yes, this should be listened to with human ears. But I absolutely can believe it, and you know why? It's because no women were involved in the making of this record. It's very obvious. And if they were not consulted. Or I guess women can be shitty about sex work too, but, like, honestly, this is just... And also, like, a weird line to include in a song that's, like, so, much about your mother. And, like, yeah, I don't know, like, do you want your mom to hear this song? I don't want your mom to hear this. I don't want anyone to hear this. Why do I have to hear this? Again, the vocals sound really, like, straight up like Patrick Stump in a lot of places, which, again, it's disturbing to me when you can't tell the difference. Ugh. I hate everything that Pete Wentz has a hand in. Anyway. Yeah, the beats in this one are kind of, this one's got a good beat. I mean, there's too many horns again, but there's too many horns on all these fucking songs. Let's see, High Hopes. Again with the mom! It's all, oh my god, it's really, like, these first four songs are all, like, very heavily mom stuff. It's a lot. Anyway, it also contains the line, Manifest Destiny, back in the days we wanted everything, which, again, like, how did people see this line and were like, yeah, that's good, we should do that, and there are so many other writers on all these songs also, when you look at the writing credits, which makes me, it's a lot. Like, wow, all these people agreed to make this thing, and release it into the world. That's very disturbing to me. Yeah, oh, the percussion in this track is so weird. I hate it. my next note was, again, in capital letters, stop saying mama. But this one, again, is, like, High Hopes is very, very hooky. It's like, it's stuck in my head right now. And, like, the vocals, they sound nice. Like, he's, I'm shitting on Brendan, like, 24/7. But he's incredible. I would never deny the absolutely incredible amount of talent he has. He's, an amazing, amazing vocalist, and he can play, like, every instrument known to man, and it's all very, very impressive, and, like, I would be chill with a lot of this if he would stop being Panic at the Disco, but anyway. Yes, so he's a very, very accomplished vocalist, and, like, it's very clear that the vocal training he had when he was in Kinky Boots on Broadway has really paid off. Like, he's hitting incredible notes. But it's like, it doesn't make up for the absolute lack of content here. Then we get on to Roaring Twenties, which is horrible. I would say the first 4 songs are pretty good, and then it really devolves. Roaring Twenties, my first note was, why does this sound like Mambo Number 5? And I stand by that. The line, roll me like a blunt because I want to go home, was so embarrassing and excruciating the first time I heard it, and then I had to hear it again and again and again and again and again. And again, I was like, people signed off on this. He wrote these words down and was like, good idea. And other people were like, yeah, good idea. It also sounds very much like a terrible, like, off-Broadway, like, showbiz, like, musical number. Like, it's not good. Lord of the Flies in my mind tonight is among the dumbest literary references I've heard in recent music. I really wish he just wouldn't do it at all. And also, why is he, like, only referencing things that everyone reads in, like, 10th grade? I mean, obviously he has terrible taste and doesn't get... Whatever. But yeah, like, Brendan, just chill on the literary illusions. They don't work for you. Oh, also, like, there's this thing at, like, the end where there's this, like, choral in the background that kind of sounds like kids, which is really weird when they're singing Roll Me Like a Blunt because I want to go home. I don't know, whatever. Dancing's Not a Crime starts with him comparing himself to Michael Jackson, which is bold as fuck. There's very little else to say about that. That's bold. The horns do not work here. Yeah, this one's catchy. I mean, it's catchy. Like, da-da. Yeah, it's very kind of, yeah, it's catchy. That's as much as I can say about it. Again, don't be throwing shade now. It's like, I feel like Brett, why are you like this? Why are you like this, Brendan? One of the drunks is flat out horrible, and I think really, really insensitive and tone deaf, given, that Spencer left the band due to sobriety issues and all this stuff, and also, like, it's just boring. No one wants to, like, it's okay, you like to drink, you're famous, you smoke weed, woo! Good for you. There's no risk or vulnerability or anything, like, human on any of these tracks. It's so sterile and like it was written by some kind of bot that's been listening to, like, that weird sort of alti hip-hop pop kind of thing that, is going on with Fall Out Boy and other people, and it's like, okay, how can I write this but without any content? Anyway. Also, I think it's embarrassing that Brendan drinks screwdrivers. That's a note. I believe there are a number of repetitions of Comfortably Numb, and the Pink Floyd reference is not working for you, and that's not what that song's about. Again, more horns and really strange vocal effects. And, I could go my entire life without hearing the words, without hearing Brendan say or sing the words, wet the whistle, but he does several times here, so, like, now I can't unhear that, and I'm gonna be suing for damages. So, also it's got this, like, it's got this like dialogue thing at the end that's like it serves no. I mean, it serves no purpose, and it's also dumb. It's like someone saying something really stupid. I can't even remember what it is, but like, why? Um, but yeah, this is what it's like to become like. I can't even remember how it goes, but one of the drinks, whatever. Yeah, it's not. It has nothing to say whatsoever. The overpass sounded promising at the start. I like the intro, and it had kind of cool percussion going on, but then it doesn't it really kind of goes downhill from there. Also, the line "sketchy girls and lipstick boys" again seems like maybe Brendan stopped shitting on sex workers, and also that was maybe a little transphobic. The lyrics really do not fit the music here at all, and I think that's a consistent problem through this record, is that like he really doesn't have the lyricism to go with the soaring theatrical musicality. Like it doesn't fit. Also, the bridge on this song is so dumb. It's bad. It doesn't fit. It was just like, oh, we need to put a bridge in this. Let's, I can't even remember what it goes like, but I know it's bad. I was like, ugh. King of the Clouds is one of the better songs on the record. That's not saying that much, but apparently it feels very rushed. It's like less overproduced than other songs, I think, because again it was like kind of last minute, which actually works to its favor. Works in its advantage because it's not as nightmarishly like overproduced and overwrought as all the other songs. It is catchy. Again, I Get Lifted. Like no one can like. It's very like, okay, Brendan, we get it. 420, blaze it. I'm blazed as fuck right now, but like, you need to calm down. It's not that cool. You're making the rest of us look bad. There's this weird scream thing at the end that is horrifying, and again, I can't believe I was made to listen to it with my ears. But yeah, this is really one of the better tracks on the album. Old Fashioned. Very weird beat. I don't know what we're doing here. It's this like thing of like, I don't know. I don't know that hip hop beats work for Brendan. Also, the chorus just being like, pour out some liquor, make it an old fashioned. It's like, don't. It's just your drink order. Like, it's not. It doesn't. And it doesn't like go with the like the soaring and the vocal acrobatics of it all. Also, it's sort of weird and like all about how your teens were the best times and whatever, and whatever, and reminiscing, and it's like, okay, I mean, you're clearly so insecure about the band stuff. Again, this seems really insensitive, re Spencer, but whatever. When he starts singing "Get boozy, 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 get boozy, boozy, boozy," I just like wanted to drive this pencil like through my ear into my brain, and so I could stop hearing it. Okay, last track, finally. Dying in LA. Oh, wow, a piano ballad. Who'd have thunk it? It's very much like, oh, we need to do a counterpoint thing, so it's like, it's very... I mean, his voice does sound good. His voice always sounds good. That's kind of a given. He's an incredible vocalist. But, accompanied by just piano and strings, it tends to sound a little better. However, he does this weird thing where he goes, dying in LA, and it's very, it's jarring and terrible. Why would you deliver it like that? The line, you looked at death in a tarot card and saw what you had to do, is the best lyric on this album, which is not saying a lot. But at least he understood the meaning of the death tarot card, and that's all I can really ask from him. Yeah, it's just a really jarring shift in tone that doesn't work, and I'm like, this just doesn't feel genuine. And that's the whole thing, is like, there's really no genuine feeling or vulnerability or emotion here. It's just this void of horns and songs about drinking. And I really resent that I listened to it, and I wish I could undo that decision. But since I can't, I'm going to complain vociferously about it for the rest of my life. Thanks. Bye.